Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud pleasure to introduce the 2014 MGA Jerry Corbel Sr. Player of the Year, David Pastore.
Thank you everyone for being here tonight. 4 years ago, the Met Golfer did a cover article on 3 juniors headed off to college. Those juniors were Cameron Wilson, Mike Miller, and myself. 2 years after the article was written, Mike was competing for a spot on the Walker Cup team. Cameron was a top 40 collegiate player, and I had somehow managed to find myself on the club team at UVA. It was hard for me to comprehend how so quickly I'd fallen behind 2 guys that I was competing with. My sophomore year at school, I didn't touch a club for almost 6 months, and I debated whether or not I wanted to play competitively. Eventually, I got back to my roots and realized that, golf was such a big part of my life, and that is what I wanted to do. I remember at the time my parents took me and I wasn't so sad with that really. I remember my parents took me and my brothers to Montague Golf Course in the Bronx. And we played for $3.50. That was when we really started to take the game seriously. Sorry. Despite any disadvantages I felt I had a family that was always supporting me and an intense love for competition. My dad would always tell me that I was the best golfer in the field and that I had what it took. I don't know if he was saying that because he was my dad or he really believed it, but eventually I started to believe it also. It's hard to say why I struggled so much my first year at UVA. My game wasn't where I wanted it. I had injuries. I was resistant to coaching. It seemed like anything that could have went wrong did. But I tried to stay positive. I never stopped believing in my vision and what I believed I could really do. It was hard, but I learned from my mistakes and it helped me grow as a person. And I wouldn't be here today. I feel like I've dealt with more adversity than some kids my age. But that's helped me mature on and off the golf course. The MGA Player of the Year award is very special because of the strength of the competition in this area and the history of the MGA. But what I'm most proud of is what the award represents. Being Player of the Year is not something you stumble upon. It's something I thought about before the year even started, and something I thought about before every single tournament this summer. I'm proud of the way I played the whole year. And that's something that no one can ever take away from me. I couldn't think of a better way to end my amateur career. Everyone knows who's played fighting competition that you might be the only one hitting the golf shots, but it takes a whole team to succeed. I feel very blessed with how much help I've been given. So I have a lot of people to thank tonight. I'd like to start with the MGA. Who, if you've grown up playing in this area, it's easy to take for granted what they do, but a few tournaments outside, and you realize how special they are. This fall, I got to go on their trip to Paris. Which one? It was my first trip outside the U.S. I got to play some cool courses, see an amazing city, and meet some people that will be friends for life. President Holshoe and Kate Keller were two names that I'd known for years, but couldn't even pick the face out of the crowd. Now I consider them friends, and I know they're fantastic people that put a lot of work into the week to make it so special. Next, I'd like to thank Westchester Country Club. I started caddying there in 2009, and they've taken me under their wing ever since. Caddy Master Ralph Dorado and Head Pro Ralph and Sean Powers have always treated me like rock stars there. This year, they took their generosity to a new level by offering me playing privileges and also paying for my Q school. I feel very lucky to be part of such a special club. I knew I'd cry. I didn't think it would be this bad. One of the members, Ed Bell, and his wife Wendy, are here tonight. I think me and Ed have talked every single day since I won the Med-Am. He's helped me so much with raising funds and making crucial decisions for me. I can only hope someday I can help someone just as much. I'd like to thank Bobby Hines for helping me this summer. Whenever I needed to check out, I wanted to talk to someone about my latest tournament. All my friends at Titleist who supported me since my junior days. Coach Santilli, who's been not only my coach, but a friend for almost 10 years now. My friend David Gordon and Caddy. He's probably carried that bag 100 times. Mr. Tom Humphrey, are you here yet? He was my life coach for a while when I needed guidance, so I wouldn't be here also without him. I'd like to thank two of my coaches down at UPA, Colin Sargent, who's here tonight. And also Dr. Rotella. They've been the two most influential teachers in my development as a golfer. They've transformed my game and my mindset. And I definitely wouldn't be here without them. I'd like to thank my brothers, Stephen and Paul. Paul was on the bag for a few big wins this summer, so that was special. And last but not least, my mom and dad. I know I've never seen parents sacrifice so much for their kids. And I know it hasn't always been easy, but I'll never forget what you've done for us. Thank you, everyone.